Oh, hello. How are you guys today? Welcome in, sweet beans of different varieties. Welcome back, or welcome to the Badass Beans Podcast. This podcast is where we pick the brains of amazing streamers, gamers, and other talents. We just get in there with little tweezers and pick out the good bits, and we talk about them. Sounds fun, right? Today, chat. Today, we have a guest that has been long overdue on my channel. Long overdue! This beautiful delight has been part of my life on Twitch for a very long time. Was one of the people who accepted me for the weirdo that I am, and that's priceless. You can't put a label on that, or a price on that for that matter. They are a cacophony of loud, enjoyable, and slightly chaotic content. A creator of what the fuck is Epper? Speak like a human being, okay? You're trying to do an intelligent podcast and it's not working at all. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm having an argument with myself. Excuse me. I'm okay now. I absolutely am okay. But this content creator is near and dear to my heart. Let us bring them on and let us have a chat, shall we? It is the great, the wonderful, the amazing MurpyOwO. Hey, Burp, come on. Hello. Welcome to my podcast. Oh, that was the worst intro I have ever given in my entire life. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I need more caffeine or something.
Listen, I haven't even had my coffee. It's fine. We got this.
We got this. I believe the last time you were on my podcast, we were talking about Death Stranding. But this time I get to pick your brain. I get to talk about you. Ha ha ha.
Oh boy. Not to put me on the spot or anything, I guess.
No. I just want to make you a little bit nervous. No, I'm just kidding. Nudge. Yeah, of course I'm loud. Of course, the volume needs to be incredibly loud for Murp. Because we want to blow out people's eardrums. All right. Murp, if you wouldn't mind speaking.
Hello.
Is that better, chat? Is that bad? Is that better? Do we get a kudos? Do we get a thumbs up? Tell me, chat. Chat. Please. They're just leaving me hanging here.
Tisk. Come on, people.
They're
on the clock.
Help! I need to know if they're too quiet. Audio is good. Okay, we're good now. All right. So let us begin. Tell us about yourself. This I know is the most painful question of all. Tell us about the great Murp. Hearing loss.
I'm a neurodivergent immigrant who has been through a lot of different things in life and has kind of struggled to, I guess, find their place and stuff in kind of the whirlwind and things of life. And eventually that brought me to Twitch. And here I am now. 6 years of Twitch later, even more than that, honestly, because while I've been streaming for 6 years, I've hung around for probably longer than that.
That's usually the way of this, isn't it? We hang out and then we become the streamer.
I love pets. or rather animals in general. I'm a big fitness nerd, and I just try to help people out with whatever they're dealing with.
Yes, you do. And let us talk about your fur babies. Let us talk about your baby fur babies, because they're not a usual pet.
Beats is mentioning the most important fact about me.
That you can crack watermelons with it. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We will get to the watermelon cracking, okay? Because that's part of the treat of being on a podcast. We have to talk about, like, things that'll make you go, what? But first, we're going to talk about the pet fur baby cuties, because I'm all about that. They have sugar gliders, which are not, I don't think they're legal over here in PA, but other people can have them.
Some states have them legal. It's kind of random, and it's actually funny. When I was moving to Texas, I kind of forgot to check before I moved whether they were or not. Luckily, they were.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Oops.
But
smuggling illegal animals.
Dagoos, I think they're illegal in most places now. It's like, can I have a capybara? No, they're illegal over here. Well, shit. All right. Because everybody needs a capybara because they're just super chill animals.
Terrible pets, though. I hear terrible pets.
Well, I mean, not as bad as the bush babies. They're really bad, but I don't know. There's something about having a monkey that likes to pee on their hands and then touch things to mark them just doesn't appeal to me at all. Okay, now we're just gonna get off on that strange track. So tell us.
Yeah, just peeing on hands.
On hands. This is the kind of content you're in for, chat. Seriously. Anyway, tell us about the MurpyOwO name.
It actually took me 3 million years to figure out a name to like have as my handle. I don't think, this was not the handle that my account had originally. I don't remember what it was originally, but once I started seriously thinking about streaming, I was like, okay, like what the name is like one of the most important things. Like that's what my whole brand is going to be around. No pressure or anything, but I need to figure out something good. And never in my life previously have I been able to like pick a decent nickname. And so I was like, oh boy, here we go. And it took me like maybe like 2 weeks to actually pick And the way it originated was actually the movie Interstellar. There is the main character's daughter's name is Murphy, and whenever I watched the movie, I really freaking liked both the name and kind of like the thought process behind it. And I'm like, yo, like I really resonate with that. And so after some deliberation, like that's the only thing that really came to mind. And then the OO was just kind of like, I don't know, I need to add something to it. And I'm a little bit of a weeb, so I feel like it fits and it kind of, it kind of stands out. It's like a little emoticon that might make people laugh or something. And so I was like, okay, fine. I also, fun fact, own the Ubu version of my name.
There are two versions.
I monopolized both. Yes, I the other one used to be like a bot account originally intended, I think, but I've used it for like test streams and whatever. So if you ever want to randomly catch me test some new setup or something, go follow the other channel. There's nothing there, but who knows?
Oh, So tell us about the onesie obsession. You don't go through any streams without wearing a onesie.
It's not really an obsession. It's more so it was a strategic business decision.
Okay. Okay.
It's like you need something that makes you stand out, right? And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. So let me just, hey, I have onesies. That's kind of cool. People tend to usually enjoy that. Let me just wear them some and see what happens. And now it's just my whole brand. And also, it honestly is a thing of like, I have trouble picking out what to wear a lot of the times. And it's one of those things where like, I'll stick to like 4 outfits that I'm like emotionally and physically comfortable with and just recycle them, even though I have a full closet. And so I was like, this will solve that problem as well. Like, never have to spend the extra time to figure out what to wear for a stream. I just put on a onesie, call it good. Also, it's really comfortable to just like chill in one. Unless it's summer and it's really hot, then it's like a little uncomfortable sometimes. But most of the times, it's lit. It's comfy. It's super easy to just throw on, and it and it stands out. And a lot of people have come in and be like, "Oh my god, I love your onesie," and I've gotten like several raids where people were like, "Oh my god, I just picked you because of your onesie," and I'm like, "Hey, it's working."
I love it. Although you do live in Texas, so that's kind of a warm state. I'd probably melt my ass off. I'd be like, "I'm melting." Nope, can't do it.
Yeah, so, my electricity bill is not great during the summer. I don't want to talk about it.
The AC. Yeah, that and what you said earlier about recycling the same like 5 outfits. I've been doing that since I moved in November because I'm too lazy to go through the fucking boxes in my closet. I don't want to go in there because that means I have to commit to separating them. So it's like, no, I'm fine. I feel that. I'm sitting with the same 5 outfits. I'm good. No one really cares.
When I moved, that was my situation for like 3 months or so before like we were in a permanent place and I could actually open the boxes and everything. mullet, honestly, dyeing your hair green though, like, is a vibe. Like maybe
That-
if I
that's
didn't have a
his
green
brand.
screen, I'd like join you there, you know?
See, that's his brand. So his is the green mullet. So that's his thing. Yours is the
Yeah.
onesie. You know what I mean? And everybody has
You know,
their thing.
maybe it'll just be like you know, an incentive for like a charity or something. Dye my hair green so that I have no hair for a whole, like, you know, however long the green dye lasts with my green screen. People do green morph suits. Well, I got no
it would
hair.
disappear, wouldn't it? That's awful, but awesome at the same time. I don't know why. All right, why did you start streaming? That's usually the main question.
I started streaming because I genuinely had no idea what to do with my life. I graduated college. Towards the very like semester, no, not semester and a half, year and a half of my college life, I realized that I really do not want to work in the field that I'm majoring in. Like, I really love the field I'm majoring in. I'm enjoying studying it, but the working part, bro, I can't. This isn't me. I don't want it. I'm an international business and German major, double major, I guess. And just everything about working in business environment repulses me. Like I'm too autistic. I'm too like soft and not backstabby and competitive to fucking deal with it. And I was like, I can't do this. And then also, I was like, yo, I'm graduating college. Now what? Like, I've been making friends and stuff just because we've been forced into these same spaces for so long, like through school or whatever, clubs, in school. And like, now I'm kind of on my own. Like, I don't know. I feel alone. I feel like my life is over. Like, I'm not gonna be able to meet anyone anymore. Like, I'm not the type of person to go out to bars or anything or like do any kind of stuff like that. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, what? And so I was having a huge existential crisis, and I was suggested like, hey, Twitch is pretty good, and I think you would do well on Twitch. Like, just your personality and like how you love playing games. You know, you kind of have like a general thing to focus on, which is mental health. I've always been very passionate about like mental health awareness, mental health care, things like that. And it was like, hey, like, why don't you try this? And so I was given an opportunity to give this a try, and I did. And at first, I will say, it kind of started off with the aim to like specifically like, oh, I gotta like push myself and make it a career and like blah 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 and all of that. And honestly, it was kind of the pressure of the situation at the time, because again, like, that's what I chose to focus on right out of college. I didn't, you know, go get a job first and like work that on the side or whatever. And so I was like, there's a lot of pressure on me immediately. And when you have a lot of pressure on you, I mean, you know, you're also a content creator. You feel it.
Mhm.
Like, sometimes you're just like, whoa, like, this is a lot. It's kind of like killing my vibe. I feel, you know, the lows feel real low and like the highs feel real high, and it's just not really a good place to be. And so for a while, like, I ended up writing that, and it's funny because like I've been on Twitch for 6 years, but I'm realizing, kind of looking back at it, it wasn't until very recently, relatively, I guess, the past like year to 2 years, that I've really found my own vibe in it. Like, I don't really care whether or not this is going to end up being like a career or anything, or I can support myself financially off of this. I want to keep doing this just to keep doing this, because I've made a difference in several people's lives. Like, I've had people come to me and tell me like, hey, like, your content has genuinely helped me through like survive some of the worst shit in my life. And that's pretty impactful, even if it's like one person or two people. Like, that's huge, man. Like, how many people can say that they've directly like impacted that many people and you know, helped them through some really difficult stuff by just existing and like doing what they love. Yeah, and so I just kind of wanted to keep going with it. And also I had a thought and I immediately forgot it.
Shit, go grab it. Where'd it go?
It may or may not
No,
come
it
back
fucked
to
up.
me.
It fucked up. It'll be back later when we're talking about something else.
Probably.
But that is one of the best things about streaming that nobody really puts up front. One of the biggest things that streamers are out there. They're just like opening themselves up, giving people to watch and that, but they don't think about the peoples that are just hanging out in their chats. They might be having the shittiest day ever, and they go into somebody's chat and it's like, okay, I like it in here, and they just keep coming back, and it's like, okay, I really like this, and it's like you're supporting them, but they could be hitting in the background, and you're totally helping them out, and you don't even know it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I've been on the receiving end of that really recently, and like streams have really helped me just get through difficult times. Like, it's company, you meet friends, which is huge because, again, like, I really felt like I'm about to be isolated due to kind of circumstances and stuff. And yeah, like it's just nice. Like, this really feels like my flavor of socializing.
You also do, I remember, if my old rusty brain is working, that you did a lot of like mental health streams where people come in and you guys pick topics to talk about, and you would just sit and go over that. And it's good for people to talk about their situations in a safe environment. And that's exactly what you have in your channel, and I admire that so much.
For years, every Sunday. It used to be like more so overall, but you eventually realize that like you have to. So here's the thing: mental health is not profitable. Let's say mental health stuff is not something that you can really lean into for growth. Like very select few people maybe, but overall, like, people generally don't come to these spaces to talk about serious things most of the time. Sometimes that's what they need, yeah. But overall, like, if the space is constantly carrying that vibe of like, oh, we're always talking about some heavy shit, like, yeah, it's not great for growth. It's not great for acquiring new people because it limits your niche tremendously. Because again, like, a lot of people come here to just vibe and, you know, get distracted from the horrors of life. And that's totally valid. And so after like a few years or so, I made the firm decision to be like, okay, Sunday is reserved specifically for that, so that the people who wish to be here for that have the space. And I want to keep doing that because that's also a space for me to like talk about my stuff, really. And, you know, we just kind of our support spaces for, or support group for each other. That's what I kind of like to call it, really. But outside of that, like, we try to keep it, you know, have several days where it's just light and silly humor and whatever. And if someone comes in with something serious, I'm like, hey, like, I see you. I see that you're having a difficult time. Like, here's like resources and places where you can, you know, kind of go and talk about it right now. For example, like, my Discord has a mental health section that you can always lean on at any point in time. And yeah, you know, so it's a very, like, it's a tough balance to maintain. And I think being in mental health, again, limits your possibility of growth. Like, I've seen so many amazing streamers do really well, but they lean into purely the entertainment factor. Like, they don't really try to talk about anything serious. They're basically just, you know, it's a party every time you come into chat, more or less. And that's totally valid and very tempting to like pursue, because again, that's like a little, not really a shortcut to growing your community, but it makes it easier. You don't add extra challenges into an already very challenging space to grow in.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, but that's not me. So I'm like, you know, I have to find a balance, and I feel like I really kind of have been able to do that.
You definitely have that. And speaking of mental health, I went off I think it was the last weekend or the weekend before that, and I had people like, oh my god, this is too heavy, I'm leaving the stream. I'm like, ooh, did I hit a touch point? Because sometimes I just go off, because that's what I just vomit of the mouth. It's like, okay, I just went off again. It's like I keep forgetting that sometimes I get heavy when I don't mean to get heavy. And that's true. You do lose people because they want a space where they can get entertained and not have something weigh around their head like bricks. So you got to be very careful. And I think you found that perfect balance in between that.
Honestly, it's a like struggle for me too, because I've reached a point in streaming. Before, I guess, I tried to really be kind of like, I don't know. It's weird to talk about it, I guess, or try to explain it, but it's like I tried to be someone else, almost like match other people's energy, try to be like their kind of entertaining. But now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I can just literally talk about my life and things going on with me and things that excite me and things that make me laugh on a daily basis, and people enjoy that. And that's ironically what brings the most people in, because when you try to be someone else, like, typically it's not exactly it's not easy. Like, people can tell on some kind of subconscious level that something's not quite like right here. And so when you finally drop that and stop kind of giving a shit and just put yourself out there, which is terrifying, because when you put yourself out there, you can, the rejection feels very heavy. It's like, oh, I put my heart out and nobody cares about it. Nobody wants it. Like, that hurts. And so a lot of people are scared of doing that. And, when you finally stop caring and just do it, I think is when you finally hit that sweet spot of, being able to grow, being able to just enjoy yourself. And so because I just yap and talk about things going on with me and whatever, sometimes it's very hard to like keep yourself from being like, oh, my life is on fire right now, but let's not talk about it. Let's just focus on something else. And when I just, that's what I want to talk about. But like, no, I need to not talk about it because this isn't the space right now. And again, that's why I feel like compartmentalizing and giving it at least like 1 week a day or so where that's okay, it helps maintain the balance.
It's very good. Very good. And what Gray brought up a good point. You can only keep up an act for so long before you crack. And you forget everything that you're trying to do. And you let yourself slip out. And it's like, uh-oh, peekaboo. So it's better to just go in and be yourself right away. I am a chaotic mess. I will always be loud and chaotic and messy. So if you guys love that, come back. If you don't, that's fine. I'm not your cup of tea, fine. But it took me forever to realize that, because I am a full-blown 100% recovering people pleaser. So I want everyone to like me, and I know that's not possible. It's just not the way the world works. So sometimes I have to slap myself and say, stop it, you have your people, stop it.
Lizzie, you've been like a huge inspiration to me. Like, you're one of the people that I tremendously look up to, and just watching your journey throughout the years of you just pretty much being yourself and like, embracing the fact that like, yes, you're loud, like you're a lot, you're chaotic, but that's just you. And if people vibe with that, that's cool. And if they don't, they don't. And the fact that, plenty of people do vibe with that. It's just, I don't know, it's been a very eye-opening, I guess, thing to see. And it's just awesome. It's just awesome.
People apparently don't like their hearing, Murp. That's all it is.
Yeah, true. And like for me especially, you mentioned like people pleasing and everything. I'm autistic. I'm a very high masking autistic person. And so for me, like that, like trying to match other people's vibes and like operate based on how like the environment is instead of just being myself is something that's very prominent in my life. And that's something that I'm trying to ditch because, again, like you said, it's very hard to like keep that up.
It is. All right, we're getting heavy. So what would you say your favorite game genre is to stream?
It's such a difficult question. I really don't know. Like, I've been trying to nail it down myself for years because there's so many different things that I really enjoy playing. But I think I want to say RPGs at this point because, like, if you think about it, like a narrative heavy RPG, maybe? I don't know. But if you think about it, like Stardew, RPG, love it. Fallout, RPG, enjoying the heck out of it. Death Stranding is even kind of an RPG. Like, I don't know, a lot of the Skyrim, RPG. Like, all of these games that have been really big in my life seem to just fall somehow, at least, into that RPG genre. So, Gray, you joke, but, maybe when
one day
either Sky Oblivion or the remake of Oblivion drops, I think, is when we'll finally give it a try. I don't know if I have it in me to give it a try as it is now.
Yeah, my favorite streams of yours is the Lethal Company, the Elden Ring, and the Fallout streams. Those are my favorite. I love to hang out. Me and my hubby. My hubby watches everybody I watch. It's really bad.
That's awesome.
So he'll sit here next to me and go, oh, you're watching the onesie girl. You are dubbed the onesie girl. So it's like, okay. So I'm like, all right. So we'll sit here and watch them play Fallout together. And it's like, okay, we'll just sit here and eat our dinner. That's what we do. Or we buy golf clubs. Yes, great. Exactly. So,
What was that thing? What was that saying of Gray's that your husband picked up that he just said to someone at the grocery store?
try to relax your anus.
Oh my god, yeah.
She was
laughing
okay,
at that so long.
So she was blocking the store aisle and he pushed past her and she looked at him and glared. He's like, try to relax your anus, and just kept going. I'm like, I wish I would have recorded it. Oh my god,
That's
my
incredible.
husband has become a Gray clone. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I love it.
To the umbrella
Gray's
archives.
the brain rot we all need.
Select the desired
Yes,
service
yes.
from
Gray's
the menu.
amazing. Yep.
I wanted to add something else, and I completely forgot.
It's okay. We can come back to it if you want. This is
Yeah.
see, this is a totally chaotic podcast. See, so I was like, why is my podcast even progressing forward? That people want to get on this podcast, because my brain squirrels every 5 minutes. Okay, especially if you're talking about something that I'm really passionate about. Let's say, for instance, Pedro Pascal. My brain will go that direction and won't stop for like 20 miles, and then I'll be like, oh shit, where am I? So yeah, I do this constantly. I have a serious disease. So I apologize.
I don't think I've introduced myself yet.
But
It's okay. We love you for it.
But your Fallout playthroughs are some of the funniest shit I've ever watched. I love it so much. I come home from
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know how I was gonna like the game since I've never like really tried them, and I like, especially New Vegas. 3 was a bit rough for sure, but New Vegas, dude, fantastic, so good. It's really funny because I have someone in stream who's been waiting for me to get to 4, and just last night they were in stream and I was like, oh, we just finished the New Vegas main story, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, and we're gonna play the DLCs. Aww.
Yeah. So when I saw you playing New Vegas, my husband had to install it and play it. It's a gamer thing. I think if
That's
you see
awesome.
somebody playing it, you're like, oh shit, I need to fire that up, and you automatically go and fire it up. It's like, god damn it, it's the
That's me
gamer
with
curse.
Stardew Valley, dude. I can't just watch someone play Stardew
gotta
Valley. I
play
get
it.
this visceral itch in me to play.
It's so good though. But New Vegas is not everybody's favorite because the amount of glitches in that one. There are so many. Sometimes it gets to a point where it's absolutely unplayable. Like my husband got halfway through it and it froze, and he goes, I'm not
That
starting
sucks.
over, you bitch. So it's like, okay, then he just puts it away and just leaves it for another 3 years, and then he'll come and bring it back up again. You know what I mean?
It's honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's like the stability mods or whatever that I got recommended or what, but like it's been pretty okay. It had some unfortunate crashes a few times, but compared to 3 that would crash like 5 times a stream, pretty much any time I would try to tab out, it got to the point where I stopped trying to tab out. I would just pull up chat for stream on my phone so I can scroll in on my phone through the chat if I need to scroll up, instead of trying to tab out to scroll, because again, anytime I would try to tab out, it screwed me
dies.
over. And it drives me insane that for some reason Fallout, like scrolling through menus in Fallout will scroll a random window for you. And so sometimes I'll be scrolling through my inventory and my chat is like, woo, bye. And I'm like, okay,
I have
cool,
that problem
thanks.
too. It's like, what the hell are you doing, game? Yeah, the game just takes over your screen. It's like, what the shit is going on? 3 is absolutely unplayable for me. It crashes my whole PC every time I do it. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. There's no streaming Fallout 3 ever. That happens to be my favorite one too, but it just like completely crashes.
Oh
my PC.
no.
It's like, I freaking hate you. My computer hates certain games, and that's one of them. It also hates Baldur's Gate, in Baldur's Gate, during Baldur's Gate, because of all the people, and it goes, ugh! It's like has a little mini stroke every time I try to go in there. It's like, please do not crash. Even though this is a pretty recent PC upgrade and everything, so it should run well, but you know, some games just go,
no.
like the new Monster Hunter, man. It kicks your PC in the balls with all of it.
I heard it was very poorly
intense.
optimized. Also, Gray, hit me up with that, please. Thank you.
Look at you two. You're doing business inside of business. This is funny. All right. So what would you say the most rewarding thing about streaming is?
I would say it's the people that you meet along the way, whether it's inside your community or outside of that. Like, you can talk about, seeing your content grow and this and that, but ultimately none of that would be happening without the people that you end up surrounding yourself with. And I have made some of my closest friends through streaming and related spaces, and I just think that that's incredible. Like, I just went to visit a friend in Minnesota like a month ago or so, and we were meeting in real life for the first time, but we've been like close Twitch friends for a while now, and she's amazing. Like, it was an incredible experience, and I'm just so thankful that like these spaces brought us together, and just yeah, all of y'all is what makes it just feel good, really, and the reason why I kept going.
Yeah. Tragedy, or I don't know if it would be a tragedy, but a bad situation brought me to Twitch, and then I found that one of the greatest communities ever, where I found you and Veggie, and I hung out because I was going through chemo and I was dying, laying on the floor. It's like I got nothing else better to do. My eyes are burning. I feel like death. So I'm watching these people stream. And eventually I was well enough to do it myself. So, and then these amazing people from around the world that I would have never had contact with otherwise. Because I am, despite being my loud, obnoxious self, I am quite the introvert. I don't like leaving my house, okay? I want to stay in my house where it's cozy with my rats and my books and my notebooks and my games. And that's it. I don't care. So
Yeah.
it's like, but online I can be loud, I can be with all these people, but not be with these people, you know what I mean?
That's exactly, yeah. Actually, that's a very, very good point. That's one of the biggest things in Twitch for me, and this was something that someone else actually discovered in a session with their therapist. It's the non-committal way of hanging out. You can get up and go do something else and then come back, and nobody really knows that you left. You don't have to like explain yourself. You can just go take care of yourself,
Right.
come back, and people are still happy to see you, type thing. Instead of like with actual, IRL people, you gotta like go and, plan together and like coordinate everything. And it's just so much. And I'm, again, also being like an autistic being, I pick up on vibes a lot. And so like being in crowds, very difficult for me, extremely exhausting, because I just pick up on all these
overstimulation.
people, and it's just too much. It's
Yeah.
both stimulation and like
Yeah.
all these like, again, all these different social interactions going on around me, and I absorb all of that, and I can't quite control that. But Twitch, again, like when you're communicating through text, it cuts down on the noise significantly and makes
Right.
it so much more palatable.
Yes, I don't have to go out and I am terrified of going to salons and restaurants and things like that, because it's just like I feel like sometimes I feel like people are judging me and just looking at me, and I hate it. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. So it's like, here I can be loud and crazy and swing my hands like an idiot. Nobody can see it. Nobody can see it. That's why I'll never probably ever have a cam. Maybe once, because I promised I would do it a long time ago.
You
But
did. I still have the screenshot.
you do have the screenshot. So one day I will have a face cam, but it makes me so nervous to have people watching my facial tics and stuff while I'm talking. And it's like, unless I know you, then it's like, that's uncomfortable. I actually get physically sweaty if I'm around people I don't know for too long.
I've been streaming for 6 years, and there's a lot of times where I get on stream in the first like 30 minutes or so, my anxiety just makes me sweat, because I know people are looking at me, even though like I can't see the people looking at me. So like I feel that cam streaming it's
hard
a lot sometimes, and like I don't know, at this point I feel like it's a sport almost that I ended up mastering through practice. Because it's difficult. It's not, one would think that you're just sitting there and it's like chill, but like no,
It's not. It's not. You actually have to look nice too. It's like I have an argument trying to brush my hair every day, so it's like it's going up in a bun. I don't want to make the effort of putting pants on. But yeah.
Exactly, onesies. I'm telling you, onesies.
I'm sitting here in my pajamas
shirts,
right now.
Everything.
I got my pajamas on and my blankie. Well, actually, no blankie because it's hot as fuck in this room right now. But yeah. Yes, so I picked the hottest room in the house to have my streaming room, and I'm going to regret it.
Oh, no.
So we're going to have to get a little baby air conditioner just so I don't die. But yeah. So what would you say the most frustrating thing about Twitch is, besides the beautiful community? And so there's the opposite direction of what's most frustrating. Oh, I just pinched my finger in a binder clip.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I would say that some of the most frustrating things are kind of the isolation that you sometimes feel. Like, yes, you're constantly engaged in all these spaces, but also you're still doing this on your own. And like, a lot of it is self-imposed because realistically, a lot of the people that you interact with would be thrilled to help you with whatever questions or anything else that you have. Just come to them, ask them, and 9 times out of 10, they will be happy to sit down with you, help you out, at least somewhat explain whatever it is to you. And so like it feels difficult struggling with like technology and setups and this and that, but like it's almost like an exercise of getting over yourself so you can actually go and ask for help. And also sometimes the fact that like you put yourself out there and it doesn't land. Like there's, with content, it's always a gamble. And a lot of the times I see this in both my own stuff and like other people's stuff. You put so much work and so much love into something and then you release it and then it doesn't get the response that you thought it would. And it's like, oh, well, I spent all this time and all this effort on this and it didn't really go anywhere. And then you make the absolute most shit post thing you like in 5 minutes and post it and it blows up and you're like, oh, well, okay, cool.
The internet is a strange place. Yeah, after you make that thing after 4 hours and you sit there in self-loathing, oh, that's how much shit. And then you put that thing up. It's like, wait, why is everybody like that? I drew it in 5 minutes. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. Ugh.
And it ends up being really, again, an exercise of like getting over yourself and just not having expectations, like learning to know that it's random. Every time you post something, you increase your chances to be discovered or to go viral or whatever, for your stuff to be well received. But realistically, anytime you post something, there's also not quite an equal chance, but almost an equal chance. It's like a probability of it just completely flopping and no one's going to see it. And the algorithm is not going to push it and it's just not going to go anywhere. And so you have to like accept the fact that that's what's happening before you even do the thing. And it's really hard. It's really hard because we are programmed to live on expectations and, kind of, I guess, taking our past experiences and projecting them into the future and being like, oh, well, I've lived through this before. So, like, of course, it's going to happen like this now. But, like, no, that's not how that works.
Yeah, the internet can be tremendously kind, and then it can be tremendously cruel at the same time. True, it's horrible, but great. It's the same double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
And Twitch is not exactly a 100% cuddly adventure for new streamers anyway. So, I mean, you're like, oh, I will stream this. I will be up here. And then you're like, I am 1,000 streamer streaming this game. Holy shit.
I don't know how much you paid attention to like the end of year recap for Twitch that they sent out, but they sent out like the overall platform stats, and it is insane how many people stream. And it really puts it into perspective because, sometimes you look at your numbers and you're like, man, I'm only streaming to like 10 people today. Wah. Like that's so much lower than my average.
That's
but
a
like
fucking
there's
lot, actually.
There's thousands of people out there streaming to 0 people, and they're still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's again an exercise of like perspective, and also keeping in mind the fact that this platform is really not built for discoverability, like at all, at least right now. Twitch has tried to implement a lot of different things, and some of them are really nice. But overall, like this platform is very, very difficult to have discoverability on. And like, especially now with, again, thousands and thousands of people streaming at any given time, you have to really focus on things that are not just your stream in order to actually go somewhere. And that's a very difficult thing to like realize. You have to, the biggest things is really make genuine friends. Don't just go and like network like, oh hey, like I'm gonna hang out here and then they're gonna come hang out in my stream. Like no, like
that don't
make
work
genuine
that way.
connections. Yeah, make genuine connections with people. go out and like find spaces where you enjoy hanging out so that you know what kind of space you want to like, you know, yourself host. And it's not to say that like, oh, just go and copy other people, but it's so totally okay to see what they're doing and figure out like, how can I make this my own? How can I do something similar because I enjoy this thing, but make it complete, you know, make it just its own thing that I'm doing instead of something that I'm copying from someone else.
Yeah, you're transmuting that vibe to your space.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of that like collective community growth almost. Like I've seen a lot of it happen, especially in the recent like year or so. I was blessed with being accepted into a super cool stream team, the Game Changers, and like it's a really small, tight-knit space, which is kind of what makes it special, is because we're all constantly working together. Like nobody really is like left out. There's not like a ton of stuff to keep up with, so it's a little more manageable. And you know, we again just stick with it, and share ideas, share you know, things that we're doing, struggles that we were facing, how we approach stuff. Like, you know, this whole celebration stream that I did yesterday was very largely aided in like planning by those people, because I came to them, I was like, listen, I want to do something. It's a big, you know, celebration coming up, but I'm like so just brain dead right now. Please, like, I need ideas. I need something. Like, can y'all help me? And they're like, hey, why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? And I'm like, yo, all of this sounds great. Like, I know how to make this, I guess, my own, and how to, you know, how to just put it into my own words, for lack of a better word, and make it resonate with my community. And it worked. It was great. It was really fantastic. And so, again, like, just gotta keep in mind the fact that Twitch is not a platform where you just put your stuff out there and suddenly you get found. You have to work together, and it's the only way to really overcome a lot of the challenges. Also, we can talk about for hours about like marketing yourself on other media and whatever, and that's like a whole other bag of shit.
It's hard.
And it's really difficult, especially when, you know, when you work or have something else going on and like energy's limited. It is so difficult to actually like pursue that. And everyone always talks about, oh, post on other platforms, blah, blah, blah. But it takes so much, even for the most basic stuff. And so, yeah, I think the biggest, like most powerful thing that we have here is community and finding your people and finding how to collaborate on things more than just putting yourself in a corner and isolating and trying to do everything on your own.
Exactly. They speak the truth. So the community is big. I have so many, I should say, sister communities that I absolutely adore. I hop in there, it's like, oh, these are my people and these are my people. I love it. And it's like, I need ideas for this, and they're always there for you. I like it. But all the other stuff about getting up to the top, that's like a 1%, like a 1 or 2% that those people just fire off, and they're like, oh, good, now I make $10,000 a month, and I'm one of the most popular streamers. Yeah, that's not going to be you. No, just don't reach for that. Reach for having a good space, having good community, have crazy ass unique content. You know what I mean? That's what to go for. That's what to go for.
And you know, it could be you. You don't know. Again, the key to it is the fact that you need to not expect it to be you. You need to not expect yourself to fail or to suddenly blow up and be the next ninja, or, you know, whoever the big streamer is.
I don't even know who the big person is now, so.
Kai Cenat, I think, has been the most like big thing the past year or so. And you gotta just, you know, lean into the things that actually make you happy as you fucking do it. Otherwise you'll just burn out and you'll just feel bad, and then you feel like you're a failure at all times.
That is the biggest point that anybody can make about streaming. Stream what makes you happy, because your community will absolutely know if you're in a shit mood. They can feel it through the screen.
It took me years to like learn that, because for years I tried to like stream what's popular and stream, you know, it also was kind of a thing of like me not really knowing what I enjoy as a gamer, because I'm a relatively new gamer. Like my first big game that I really played hardcore was Skyrim. I bought a PlayStation 3 just to play Skyrim on, and I put hundreds of hours into that thing. Best thing I've ever done, honestly. Zero regrets. It was the only game I played on that on that console. And then after that, the next thing that I was like super big into was Guild Wars 2 and then Diablo 3. And so I was kind of all over the place. And I'm like, I really do not know what I enjoy. I missed a lot of like the more iconic releases, like all of Fallouts and everything. I never played them. I got burned horribly by Fallout 76 when it came out. Still don't know if I'll play that one. And it took a while to like find things that I enjoy, but also, you know, sometimes playing just things that you enjoy is also not the most ideal thing. Like you have to, again, try to find a balance between, okay, this is a thing that I enjoy and this is something that may get some traction. Like, for example, there's people who just play the most bizarre indie games at all times. And some people just do it for the heck of the enjoyment, and that's totally fine. But if you truly want to like focus, I guess, on some kind of development and stuff, you need to try and find a balance of like, okay, this is something I enjoy, but also like maybe it'll give me some traction, and try to like balance it out somehow. But yeah, ultimately like focus on things that you like. Otherwise, you're not gonna feel good. And then like if you don't feel good, then your content doesn't feel good. And it's just kind of a
Yeah, we had this discussion not too long ago. Me and Mullet in there, we were discussing Silent Hill, because I think it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. It just I just can't get my teeth into it, and it didn't make me excited to play it. It was like, oh my god, there's puzzles and I get lost. I roll. It's like I can't do this right now. I need to put it aside and play something else. And immediately I put Resident Evil in, and I got the spark back. It's like, yeah, she's back alive again. I was like, because when I get into that lull, I have to play a Resident Evil game to bring that evil loud demon back out, because I don't want to lose myself and going, no man, I suck. Because every streamer goes that, why am I doing this? I really suck. I'm not making any progress. My numbers, blah, 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 blah. You get into that mode where you just get into that funk, and it's like, I need to get rid of it. And so you have to find something. You got to find that home base again. And once you find that little nugget, you grab onto it, put some barbecue sauce and munch, and you're ready to go again. So yeah, you got to do that. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I feel you with Silent Hill, because like that's something that I would love to play, but then I look at the game and I'm like, man, like all these puzzles and everything, I really don't think that I would have a good time. I would have to look up every single puzzle, and at that point, like, what's the point?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I want to try that on my channel, and I played like 3 episodes, and it's like, oh my god, my head hurts from trying to figure these things out. And I sit there, it's like,
tough.
Okay, all right. It's like, no, we gotta put that on the back burner for when my brain actually wants to work, which is hardly ever. So, but I will get back to it eventually. But still, you gotta find that happy medium between passion and trying new things, because you want to bring in new people.
Speaking of that, Death Stranding 2 coming out soon.
Yes, the Death Stranding 2 with the Norman Reedus and his amazing fetus.
I think this is going to be another game that I just buy a console for exclusively, because like I refuse to wait like a year or two that it's going to take for it to release on PC. Like, no, I can't. I need it now. Yesterday.
Yes, but
I'm super excited.
Are you definitely going to stream that? Because I will be in there every day.
Yes,
I will be in there every day.
The plan right now is leading up to the release, I'm going to replay Death Stranding 1 Director's Cut. I've never played the Director's Cut. And also it's going to be on PC. So like I get to exploit my beautiful graphics card for something that's not Minecraft or Stardew.
Oh.
I bought a ridiculous graphics card just to play Fallout that released 20 years ago. And, you know...
Yeah, I did that too.
Just the standard experience.
it's like
and
yeah,
so,
I need a new graphics card because I want to play this fucking game. This is what gamers are like.
Yeah, I need to put more shaders on my Minecraft world, man.
My goodness, but yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going to replay the first one and hopefully not get as sidetracked as I did when I initially played it. Because initially playing it, I was like, bro, I'm just going to enjoy myself. And so I went and did everything and wandered everywhere and like wasted so much time. I think we spent 3 months or so playing the game on stream. Every stream, it was just Death Stranding. And it was a lot. Hopefully this time I can condense it a little bit since I already know what I'm doing.
But that would be
My
great
hope.
though. That you just play the first one and then lead it up to the second one.
And
It's
then
good.
get into the second one, and I'm really excited because this is like a game that I'm extremely passionate about, and it's gonna be big. Like the first time, one of my favorite moments as a content creator, game wise, is probably playing Death Stranding. Like I've been thinking about it for several years now. I'm like, man, like that was one of the like golden moments, so to speak, for me personally, and for like the channel in a way as well. That Elden Ring, like there's a couple of those games that just like hate that like passion and discoverability kind of overlap that you just seek at all times, and like it's just fantastic. It's just so great, and so I'm very, very hyped.
Guys, if you didn't know, there is actually a podcast with me and Murp talking about the trailer and extent. If you want to see that, that's on my YouTube channel. End promo. But yeah, I was about to ask you about your favorite game you've ever streamed, so I guess it's that one. So.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily like hands down Death Stranding. I think it's a very, very like tough tie with probably that one and Elden Ring. And there's also another game, Nier Automata.
Yes,
that's
Nier.
One of my favorite games of all time. It's tough fucking streaming it though, because the port for it is pretty poor. It's a PlayStation original, and unfortunately, like Squeenix just did not do a very good job. So there's a lot of like crashing and struggle making it borderless and this and that. But I love the story. I love the game. It's beautiful. I've streamed it when I first started streaming. I then came back to it later for a bit, and it's just fantastic. And so there's those like certain games that just like where the world grabs you by the balls and you just can't let go of it, that have been absolutely my favorites.
Give me back my balls.
No, keep them. I don't want them back. It's fine.
Baldur's Gate was that for me. I was not expecting to get kicked in the face as hard as I did when I played that. I was like, oh god, this game is annoying as hell, and me and my hubby stopped playing it. Then we were bored, so we tried it again, and then 700 hours later.
I keep hoping that I can do that with Baldur's Gate 3, because I got through... see, I'm very new to that style of game, so it was very overwhelming. Mm-hmm. And so I got through most of Act 1 right around when it came out, and then never came back to it again, because I think Elden Ring came out, and like this and that, and like other things just took me away from it. Mm-hmm. And now it's something that I'm like, I know I want to play it at some point, but I don't know when that point's going to be.
They actually
and I
have
hope
a
that
mod.
I can enjoy it.
They actually have a mod for Stardew for Baldur's Gate 3 where you can change the people to the characters. I have to find this freaking mod. Mullet told me about it. I need to find this mod and try it because I am all about it.
Actually insane.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people who can't hack with the Baldur's Gate system because it's a little unforgiving. If you are a tabletop player, if you play D&D or Vampire or any of that, you understand the mechanics of the FU dice. That you could roll a nat 20 on charisma rolls and then you die because you rolled a 1 every time you rolled to try to kick something's ass. So you have to be like, yes, I'm going to die. It's like trying to play Darkest Dungeon. You are going to die multiple times and it's going to irritate you. So, I mean, usually Elden Ring players are okay with that because they die constantly.
Yeah.
So, but Baldur's Gate...
I played through the Elden Ring DLC. You know, I got some hair on my back.
Elden Ring is a beautiful game, but it makes me want to break my controller. So, we try to avoid games that make me hangry and want to punch things. So, yeah.
First tried that pig, Gray. Eat my ass.
Whoa, what's happening? We're talking
Gray
about
is
pigs
very
now?
angry about one particular DLC boss. It's a general and a pig, and he wandered into there very early on, and it killed him like 100 times, and I first tried it. After all his suffering, I went in and I was like, I know exactly what to do, and first tried that fucker.
You're just gloating a little bit there, Merp. Gloating.
Just a little bit. It's okay. I get to, because it's a hard damn DLC. You have to nerf it for probably the first time in Souls game history.
Okay, so what is the worst game that you've ever streamed that you put down and go, what is this hot garbage?
Oh man. Oh man. That's a good question that I actually gotta think about.
Uh-oh.
See, I don't know. I feel like every game that I play, I always end up finding like something that I enjoy about it, because otherwise I wouldn't necessarily play it. There's like a bunch of small titles, I guess, that I would randomly play here and there. And like one of them that comes to mind is like Minecraft Dungeons. Like it was fun for what it was, but it wasn't really like a good streaming game. Then there's I wouldn't say it's the worst game that I've ever streamed overall, but it was like one of those games like you mentioned, like a what the fuck am I playing type moment. It was the the KFC dating sim. I think it was like a charity stream goal or something. I don't know, man. But I played that thing and I was like, what the fuck am I playing? Dude, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah,
That
some
was a
games out there are
ride.
really interesting because there's actually a toilet simulator and a bum simulator, all kinds of weird things.
I think Goat Simulator was another one. Like all those
What
just like
is
random
that?
simulator. Like I'm like, what am I doing? What am I playing?
Oh, my husband found this game where apparently you can play it co-op where you throw like pigs into a grinder and it comes out as a hot dog and you're playing a hot dog trying to get to the condiments. And you're like flopping around on a
I
picnic.
think I remember that.
It's like, what
I don't remember what it's called,
watching?
but yeah.
Where did you find that monstrosity? But yeah. Yeah, that's one of those games that's like, hello? What is happening?
Yeah, ironically, I would say also GTA 5 was like not it for me. I know a lot of people love it, and I mean, GTA 6 has so much hype around it, and I'm bummed because like I don't think I'm gonna get in on it. Like I might try it, but I don't think it's just my kind of game. And I've seen so many people have the best of time with it, and it was fun to just like run around and like mess around and online with like friends or whatever, but that's about the extent of it. And it did not do it for me at all. And I don't know, the game confuses me. Like I am bad at first person shooters, like you name it. It's just not for me.
I think the only one I've ever played was like the top down one. I think that was way at the beginning of the line. So
There's a top down GTA.
yeah, where you're like over watching the cars go. I think it was one of the older
my
ones.
God.
So it was like, I am an old lady, okay? I've played old games, but I think that's the only one I've ever played. So it's like, I can't do driving in games. Last time I tried to drive, I actually crashed into a tree and caught a forest on fire. So I'm not allowed to drive anymore in games. My husband refuses to let me.
now that I sat here and thought about it a little more, I'm gonna bring a hot take to your podcast right now. I would say that one of the games that gave me the least enjoyment streaming wise was Bloodborne, ironically.
Really?
Yeah. As much of like a Souls fan person I am, like
Well, you're going to have to
Bloodborne was
elaborate on
rough.
that now because you are a Dark Souls person. You do Elden Ring and Dark Souls as well. So you need
I
to
don't know.
elaborate.
I don't know what it was about Bloodborne. I've seen several people that I loved watching just love the absolute heck out of Bloodborne. And I watched it, I'm like, man, that looks so cool. I want to play it. And I played it, and the way I think Gray's right. I like something about like the way the game handled just did not connect with my brain at all. And so the entire way through the game, it was just pain and pain and pain and pain. And like with, other Souls games, like Dark Souls or something, there's pain and there's some satisfaction. Like, oh, hey, I actually did it. And then there's pain and then there's some satisfaction. With this, it was just pain and pain and more pain and more pain. And I'm like, bro, like, holy crap, like I want to finish this just because it's a Souls game and I committed to this, but holy shit, dude, this is killing me. And I ended up actually not officially finishing the game because I gave up on the last boss. I got to the last boss, I tried him, I was like, I'm good on this. Nope, I'm out.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Code Veronica. Code Veronica is a very, very good Resident Evil game. It's long, it's different than most of the other Resident Evil games, but the controls make me want to hurt someone. It's like, please, why? Why would you do this to the controls? Oh my God, please stop. But, I totally get this. Some game could be the most magnificent thing you have ever seen, but you can't handle the controls and it just makes it unplayable for you.
And I kind of honestly like, I don't know, if we ever get a Bloodborne PC release or something, I want to replay it just to give it another chance because I truly feel like, I don't know if it was my combination of skill level and the fact that the way the game runs and the way the game is just, again, like coded, I guess. I don't know, but like the frame rate and everything on it, yeah, I don't know, man. I want to give it another try, but I'm scared of it because it's painful. And I'm trying to think. I feel like there's another game that I just straight up, like, basically gave up on. But I can't think of it now. I thought about it, and then it made me think of Bloodborne, and I'm like, yeah, Bloodborne I think is gonna be like the biggest like struggle hot take for me because like, I wanted to like it. I really wanted to like it. But I just didn't.
Yeah. No, but that's absolutely fair though. Some games do that too. It's like, how can you play this game? But yeah. All right. So name something that's absolutely unique to your stream. Something that your chat would know, like hidden in like family little things. Something you do special.
I mean, the watermelon thing, I suppose, really.
Oh, here we go with the now you can explain the watermelon thing.
Oh yeah, the bee jar. The bee jar's kind of gotten retired
Bee
since,
jar.
but yeah, we had we played for a period of time. There was a lot of Jackbox happening. And during the time, I think it was during Quiplash, someone brought up a bee jar, and we were like, what the fuck are you talking about? And that's when we went down the rabbit hole of the fact that Cleopatra had apparently, allegedly, clay pots, essentially, with bees inside of them, and that was the world's first vibrator. And so a bee jar just became an ongoing meme, and the OGs remember it still. A lot of the newer folks don't, but the OGs remember.
Bee jar. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
we have interesting historical facts going on now. All right.
And then the watermelon thing was just, I always wanted to do that, and people would meme that like, oh, you lift so much and like look at your legs and everything, like you should be, you'll be able to crash a watermelon. And so I tried once before streaming, and I think it was like my second, no, it was my, I don't know, somewhere in college at some point, towards the finale, I guess, of college, I tried and I couldn't hack it, man. And then I gave it another like year and a half or so, and that's when I tried it on stream, and it worked. And I want to do it again at some point, but it's a huge mess. I did not expect that it's ongoing meme that there's just a tidal wave of watermelon juice on my crotch, dude. It was bad. Like that was it was the worst. It's like I heard the pop, and then I realized that I feels like I peed myself, and I'm like, what just happened?
Oh man.
And then I realized that it's sweet watermelon juice all over me, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. I had to go shower and change immediately. But yeah, so I don't know. If I do it again, I might put like, I don't know, like a fucking Ziploc bag cut up or something to cover myself or something.
Get yourself some like latex pants or something when
maybe
you do
saran wrap the watermelon, you know,
Right?
to keep it from juicing everywhere.
So
but
when
yeah,
the thick
no.
sides go, you know what I mean? It doesn't go everywhere.
It's difficult. I'm really short, and so like I don't have a lot of like leg reach, I guess, and like when you put something between your legs that's like has a circumference to it, like it makes it harder to cross your legs because there's extra space there. And so it felt like I was either gonna dislocate my hip or like break my ankles or something. It was an adventure, man. And I don't know if I'll be able to do it now because I really haven't been like able to lift as heavy as I have been. I've been having a lot of back issues, and like I'm just old and falling apart, man. And so I really want to try it again and see if I can still hack it. But yeah.
Do it for your anniversary coming up or whatever. That'd be funny.
Well, the anniversary just happened, Lizzie. It was yesterday.
Next one I was talking about.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm considering like for one of the celebration streams, make it like an incentive or something. Like if we hit it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. And if we don't hit it, I'll just try it in my own personal time and see if it works.
I just crush watermelons with my thighs in my spare time. So hey, why not? Well, hey, everybody's gotta have a hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's an ongoing meme. It also got posted on. It got posted on like the crypt got The clip got posted on Reddit as well, and so it's like my, I think, top clip for the channel, which is, you know how sometimes people have those like shout out clips or whatever. Sometimes I think you get to set as to what the bot picks as like the clip, and some people have it set to like the top viewed clip, and so every time like in some channels I show up, they shout me out. And it's the watermelon, and I'm like, all right, well, this is an interesting way to introduce myself to people, but yes, hi, hello.
Yeah, why is it only the worst clips come up for that? I know you can pick and choose which ones show up, but it's always the worst ones that come up. It's like, oh,
It really is.
damn it.
Actually, it was Gray's little shout out bot that made me sit down and start going through my old clips, because there's some like just ridiculous cringy shit coming up in the clips, and I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible.
It's
I
old.
wanna
It's like
die.
one of my first ever clips showed up, and I'm like, cringe, It's like, no, I must turn that off. So yeah, yes, guys, if you guys are streamers, make sure you check them clips, because sometimes those old ones will come back and go, ooh, they'll come up and sneak up on you. Oh no, it's so bad.
Yeah, I think last year, part of our like anniversary celebration, I went back to watch some of like the old clips and whatever. Oh my god, bro, worst decision I've ever made in my entire life.
It
So
does.
embarrassing.
It does show how you progress as a streamer, though. When you first start out, you're kind of standoffish, and you don't want to make too many jokes. And then later on, you're talking about loud cocks. So it's like, okay, this is how I evolved.
It all goes in kind of like line with like you stop trying to be other people. You stop trying to match someone else's energy, and you just start unapologetically putting yourself out there. And that's really, again, when I think everything starts kind of resonating together. And it's funny, I keep thinking about this moment. There's this one person that I've known since the very beginning of streaming. We kind of drifted apart since, but it was a person that like we got to know each other when we first started streaming. They were also in their like beginning streaming journey. They were like a Souls speedrunner or Dark Souls 3 speedrunner attempter for a while, and that's kind of how we like got to know each other. And you know, we would hang out and like rate each other the first like year or two of me streaming, and then they kind of dropped off, and then they came back. I want to say either with Death Stranding, or no, not even Death Stranding. I think it was later. I think maybe Elden Ring. And they came back and they were like, yo, like I haven't seen your content in a while, but like, holy crap, like, dude, you've improved. Like, it's not just like, oh, your stream is better, but like just the way you handle yourself, the way you carry yourself. Like, it's just so, yeah, it's just so much better. Like, you're alive now. And I didn't quite like know necessarily, or like know how to take it, know how to believe it, because I'm like, I feel like I'm the same idiot as I've always been. But like, again, watching those old clips and everything, like I see it. Versus now, like I stopped caring as much, really. And somehow that's better, is caring less.
Yes, that's good though. It's good though to a point. And it's like, yeah, this is me. This is me. If you like me, you like me. It's that people pleasing troll that lives in the back of your head. It's like, everyone has to like me. No, they don't. They don't, and they won't. They absolutely won't. For their own reasons, they won't. So.
And honestly, the people that won't like you for who you are, like, why would you want those around in your life anyway?
Yeah.
Like, if you attract an audience by being or trying to be someone else, like, if that's not you, like, why do you care to have those people in your life? Why does it matter if they're there or not? Like, if you can't be yourself with them, then, like, it's not, it's a waste anyway. Like, bro, like, just, you know, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Being yourself is how you find the best of friends, and how you find the coolest people, I think, and how you find your like
People.
something souls. No, it's like, oh my god, I can't think of the word. Kindred souls. There you go. Kindred spirits.
You got it. 10 points.
Yeah, we got. Listen, I haven't had my coffee still. We're doing our
didn't you
best
have
here,
coffee
and I'm
before
technically.
this?
I'm like sleeping, tired, hungover from yesterday. I had 3 beers when I'm like a 2 beer max person normally yesterday. It was
Oh.
a good time.
Oh,
It
you're
was a
gonna get.
good time.
You shouldn't say that when there's an Irishman in the chat.
I have absolutely zero reservations about my low alcohol tolerance. I love it because when people go to the bar and have to spend like $50 to $100 just to get drunk, I get one drink and I'm like, I'm good, bro.
I love that. I love that.
Cost efficient, man. Cost efficient. As long as you know how to pace yourself and don't give into like people peer pressuring you to drink, it's great. It's great.
Okay, so here's gonna come a kind of serious question. What's next for your channel?
Bro, I don't know.
I'm
just winging it. Really, what it is like. Sorry, you were still asking me the question.
I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry.
I want to like hit the applause, but I'm realizing that I'm not on my stream.
Wait, I'll do it. Hang on. I hit the applause for you.
Okay, thank you. Didn't play on. Wait. Oh, I'm not listening to stream. I'm a stupid idiot. I'm listening to you in a Discord call. I'm watching the stream and the chat, and I'm talking to you. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm listening to the stream.
No, that's fine. It's fine. You're listening to me and you're watching the stream. That's two different separates. And it's Gray's fault we use the applause as much as we do.
Yeah, funny he says that. I actually did not like Gray. Like you highly recommended him, and I'm like, okay, like it seems since you recommended him, like I want to check him out. And then I went there and I hung out for one stream, and I was like, bro, what is this? Like I don't know how I feel about this. And that's the reason I came back. He's like a fungus.
I know, right? He's an evil cordyceps. No, seriously, his content is the most weird and unique and chaotic shit on the planet. This is why we love him.
Another person that inspires me because like he just does it. It's whatever
he just does it. Exactly. It's a great way to describe him. He's why we admire him so much, because he is just point A, hits live, and just shit flies out of his mouth, and everybody loves it. There was one point in one of his streams where everybody turned into NPCs. It's like, what is happening? But it's like every one of his streams is unique, so you have to be there for like everyone. Or you miss shit. You totally miss shit. But yeah, sorry.
Gotta keep the lore train going. But for me, I don't know, dude. I'm just gonna keep going. I mean, Death Stranding is really the next big thing for me, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I need to finish the Fallout series, which maybe, if we're lucky, I will get to finish before the Death Stranding thing. It would be nice to just finish out in a nice, like, you know, uninterrupted chronologically manner. It's been a very good, like, segment, and this is kind of, I guess, backtracking a little bit, but this is another thing. It's hard to grow as a variety streamer, and I feel like you kind of have to balance your variety with people's need for consistency. And so like I feel like having these like segments is the best way to do it. Like I've met many a variety streamer who will do like a month or two of playing the same game, like, hey, we're gonna do a playthrough of this, or we're gonna do a playthrough of this franchise, and then they kind of stick to it with like maybe a little bit of different stuff peppered in somewhere here and there as they're playing through the overall franchise. And it gives time for people to come in for the franchise, hang around, get a vibe for the community, and then stick for the community hopefully, and then stay for the next game. But if you keep jumping around and like today you play Fallout and tomorrow you play, I don't know, Elden Ring, and then the next day you play Fortnite, and like you keep doing that, it's too much. It overwhelms, and then
you're
like
calling me out right now.
People can't keep track of what's happening in the games that you're playing, like especially if you're trying to go for narrative games. It's difficult, and there's nothing wrong with people who kind of are all over the place. If that's what fits your needs, that's totally valid. But what I've seen, I guess, work the best is sticking with a franchise to some degree in like these periods and then alternating. But yeah, overall, like again, Death Stranding is coming up. There's some very cool charity stuff that we're gonna be doing with Game Changers, and other than that, just keep on trucking, dude. Like, I really don't have any particular goals or aspirations. I just continue. At this point, I just continue engaging and participating with whatever resonates with me, and whatever that brings, cool. Whatever it doesn't bring, cool. Like, I'm gonna be here either way. And that's my biggest thing. Like, my content journey has been very non-linear, and I had like a very good coming up phase during COVID, and then immediately after COVID that took a dive, both because like my personal life changed, I moved, this and that, like mental health got tough for a bit there, and like content just wasn't the same, and so like everything took a nosedive, and it was really hard emotionally to like see that, where you like, you know, you came up and you're like, oh my god, like I'm doing good, and then like it just all comes crashing down and you have to rebuild from not quite scratch, but it almost felt like it. Like they're like those core community members, a few of them stuck around, but overall like it was basically rebuilding a whole new base, and it was like, whoa, this is a lot. But it was during that time where I was like, bro, I think I just enjoy doing this overall. And I think like even if, you know, I have 3 people watching me versus 43, like I think I'm gonna keep doing it either way, because it helps me. I feel like it makes a positive impact either way. And that's what really kind of, yeah, that's what really kind of matters the most. And whatever else comes with it, fuck it. Recently got also involved with Twitch Pride Guild. I got accepted, which is super cool.
Oh, really? Congratulations.
Yeah, I am a Twitch Pride Guild member. I'm also trying to slide into Twitch Women's Guild. I don't know if I'll get in or not. They're really big, really intimidating, really overwhelming spaces for collaboration, but they do some really cool stuff. And so my next, I think, big goal would be to finally have the space in my brain to like actually fully participate. Like I've slowly started inching my way into actually doing something, because the first like month or so of me getting accepted, there's like 3,000 people in that Discord, man. And you see that and you see all the like activity and all the conversations going, and my brain just went, holy crap, I can't handle this. Like, oh my god, this is too much. And so my goal is to actually start participating more. Like I slowly already have, like I've joined some of their like meetings and things like that to just kind of get a little bit more of a bearing. But yeah, get engaged with that is probably my next big goal. Otherwise, finish Fallout, get through Death Stranding, and then maybe we'll go down Kojima line of line of interest. I don't know why I said sight. And play Metal Gear or something, because I've never played any of the Metal Gear games, or something, you know. And then maybe I'll play some Resident Evil, maybe at some point.
You smell that? I smell it.
It's been on my mind like for a little while now. Resident Evil is one of those franchises that I want to go into at some point, but time has not been right yet. But we'll get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Resident Evil is see, the sniffs of a gun. I don't know, for some reason it's like, is that Resident Evil I smell? That's why if somebody's playing Resident Evil in the list, I'm immediately going to go to their channel first, just because that's preference and all, but yeah. All right, so we have all cool things on the horizon for the lovely Merp. Next, we'll ask you the obligatory 5 tips for new streamers. We've been talking about streaming as a whole through this entire podcast, but do you have any specific tips? I very much enjoy this question, because each question has similar answers, but sometimes there's one in there that pops in and go, oh, I didn't think of that. So this is helpful for the newbies and advanced or supreme streamers, depending on.
It's funny because I just had to give the same lowdown to Beats like a month ago. I would 100% say that focus on in getting involved in the platform before you ever stream. The people who I've seen have the most success the quickest have been viewers on the platform for years before they ever became streamers, which means you already have existing friendships, existing connections that you can capitalize on. Not like, don't think of it in a transactional manner, but you make friends. People like you. People want to hype you up if they hear that you're doing a cool new thing, like that type of stuff. And that is honestly huge. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Again, it feels very alone and very isolating a lot of the times to try to figure stuff out here, because you are kind of an individual actor. Like, you have the freedom to do anything and everything. Like, you're just limited by your own technical knowledge, and but reality is you have plenty of people. Again, if you've made friends, etc., like any of those people would be happy to help you figure it out. And you just gotta ask, man. You just gotta ask. find something that you enjoy to do that you can bring into your content. Like that was one of my biggest challenges in the beginning, is I had no idea what to do, because I myself was very new to kind of the gaming space, and I didn't quite know where I fit in yet and what my preferences really were. I haven't played enough different things to figure it out. And so figure out what it is that you are really passionate about that you can translate into streaming content. What else? I would say find a good artist to work with. Not necessarily, like, it's not feasible immediately usually, but it's something to keep in mind, because or alternatively, learn how to do your own art. It will save you so much money and so much stress, I promise you. But yeah, like assets for channels is some of the biggest struggles that I kind of run into. Emote work, any kind of like panels, backgrounds, profile pictures, like whatever. It all comes down to having a good artist who gets you, who you like, who you can work with on a continuous basis. I had that and I lost that, and I've been in free fall ever since, and it breaks my heart, and I need to find a new one. Yeah. Alternatively, Etsy is a great resource for assets and emotes on the budget, I would say.
Yes, I agree.
So it's always good to tap into that, and it's something that a lot of people don't realize is out there. Also, there's Fiverr and stuff, but like as with AI and stuff out now, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about Fiverr. What else? Sound is very important. I would argue that sound is in your stream is more important than video. Watch your streams back and make sure that your mic comes out clear. It's all well balanced. You're not super louder than the game. The game is not super louder than you. Make sure whatever sound effects or alerts or whatever kind of stuff you have going on, all of it like flows well within the sound range of your stream, because like there's nothing more annoying than like being in a stream and like having it at a certain volume and suddenly they have something go off and it just blows your ear holes out. Like what? Or the opposite, like you're trying to listen to something and you can't hear it, so you have to turn it up all the way. Like it's frustrating. And so, you know, find a range to settle in. Mine happens to be very loud. Yeah,
me too. Yeah, audio, I can agree with the audio, because when I first started, my audio was awful. Oh my god. It took me like
and a lot of streams end up getting consumed as podcasts in a way, because like you're doing something else and you just have it in the background, and so like audio is more important almost than video. Like
that's absolutely a good point, because a good percentage of your viewers will be lurking. So there's a people that'll say hi and then go off to do what they're doing. They're using you as the background noise, which is absolutely an honor on Twitch. So if they're doing that, you don't want to. You want to be able to come off clear to them. You don't want to be peaking and popping and having the air conditioning in the background, or your rats being assholes and fighting over cheese. So you definitely want to have your mic and everything be good.
Yeah, and like finding an okay mic and like setting up the like gates and all that and compressors for your mic is like a whole thing. It took me a lot of time to understand what is happening with audio, and I still don't really fully understand it. I just understand it enough to know how to like tweak my own mic. But as soon as I change mics, that's all gonna go out the window. I know for a fact.
Like I don't want to change mics now, because all my settings will be fucked.
Pretty much, yeah. And like I know I need another mic, because like this one, I love the Blue Yeti. It's a great like starter budget mic, but it's so damn heavy, dude. Like I've broken 2 mic arms with it already, and like I don't want to do that again, dude.
Yeah, I had to get one off of my desk because I slam my hands on my desk when I talk. So it's like, oh my God, stop doing that. And you have to listen to your own streams. You have to, no matter how bad it sounds.
Feels cringe and terrible, and I hate it.
You sit there and put your head in your shoulders like a turtle, because you're going to be doing that the whole time. It's like, oh my God, I sound so bad. Why am I such an idiot? But you have to listen to the sound quality and your alerts and your game volume, because that shit's important. Because we have
Great.
lots of audio files out there going, you're peaking, your gain's to this, to that. So please check it. Please check it. Please.
Great. I would look into Rode mics because the Shure basically kind of let go most of their workforce, and there's like I'm pretty sure they're essentially dissolving, for lack of a better word. And so while it is like the most common like fancy goated mic that you see everywhere and it looks real nice, I think Rode is a safer way to go now for I can't remember what the type of mic is called. The ones that don't just USB plug in. Yeah, Rode, and Rode also has the like physical soundboards that you can buy that still have support for them, because the other one was the, oh my God, what is it that everyone had for the longest time? Oh God, I can't remember.
Blue
but
Yeti?
anyway. No, not Blue Yeti. It's the actual physical mixer board.
Oh, the mixer board. Yeah. Oh, I can't remember.
2 seconds.
XLR.
Yeah. Actually, that's the brand, XLR. Yeah. So people like XLR essentially also dissolved, and there's very little support for it now. And the next best thing is Rode hardware. So yeah. If you're interested in that, it's really expensive still, very expensive, but I think Rode is the stronger brand to go with now.
Rode is a really good mic and a mic arm, so I hear, but it's like, that's out of my budget!
Yeah, it's the physical mixer, which I desperately want, because not having split audio is it's such a pain in the butt. Not all of them, Gray. They have a lot of different options. They have pencil mics, shotgun mics, like you name it. Rode has so much variety. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, when I looked into their mics, I was like, oh my God, what are all these options? I don't understand.
Too many options, brain does not compute.
Yeah, I had to learn new information about all the mics, and I was like, huh. But yeah, no, the Rode mixer board is like $500-$600 or some shit. It's insane. But having a mixer is so nice. It's such an upgrade. Oh, I'm gonna tack on a 6th tip to the beginner streamers.
Mm-hmm.
One of your first upgrades when you have your audio set up and everything, I think should be a Stream Deck. A Stream Deck makes the streaming so much more seamless, and having no Stream Deck is a pain. And you don't have to go with like the Stream Deck branded Stream Deck. There's many ways to do it now, but try coming up with something that acts as a Stream Deck, because it will make your life so much better. You will have sound bites, you will have scene slides, you will have GIFs, things activated, your cameras, everything will be attached to this thing, and it's just a push of a button. So it's absolutely amazing to have one. My husband got me one. I was like, oh, I love this thing. It is my baby. Gray.
I love you so much.
Gray, you should put all that stuff on Throne, my guy, just in case.
Yeah, people will buy your shit.
I have 2 Stream Decks. So I first had the regular size one, and then I got gifted the large one, and I now have the large one for all my like scene changes, and the little one on the side for just for sound effects.
Fuck, dude, I should do that. Sound bites are awesome, right?
Yeah, I had the small one collecting dust for a while, and then I started actually using sound bites, and I'm like, man, there's not enough room on my big one, which is like a weird thing to say because this thing is giant. But I was like, man, it doesn't fit. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just pull out my other one. And so now I have 2 Stream Decks. I know people who have several Stream Decks, and then like the Stream Deck pedal and like some other stuff. Like they have all of it, and it's insane. And like the things that you can do with it is incredible. But yeah, even the regular Stream Deck will make your life so much better. It's
absolutely insane. Absolutely. There was something I was gonna say. Oh, about the emote artist. I have a emote artist on Etsy that I absolutely love, and she does all of my custom work, and she went off for maternity leave, and I felt so lonely. I was like, I have all these custom ideas and I can't get anything done. She just came back, and I was like, yay! And I had to send her a message. How is your baby? She sent me pictures of her baby. Oh my god, it's adorable little baby. But anyway, but I was like, oh, she's back. She's back. She did all of my
all of my like most iconic like emotes and everything. I love the artist. We were friends before I ever started streaming, and like I immediately was like, bro, like I'm gonna commission you for all my work.
Yes.
And then life happened, and she had to step away from art, and I haven't been able to work with her, and it breaks my heart because again, I have all these ideas and all this stuff, and like I can't do anything with it. Also,
I can recommend my artist if you want to see and check her stuff out.
I was gonna say you should send me some refs. My problem is that since all my stuff is sugar gliders and not people, a lot of like artists focus on people, and so like first of all it's a struggle to draw sugar gliders. Period. They're a very particular animal, and a lot of times they come out looking like a cat for some reason. And so I need, like, whenever I look for emote artists, I always have to like try and see if I can find someone who actually does animals on the regular. So like, they have at least some experience.
I have her link in the chat. She did my rat emotes. The little ratty emotes. So she does rats, dogs, cats. So I don't think sugar gliders would be a problem for her. Her prices are amazing. And just say that I sent you and say, yes, she said you're amazing. So yes.
All right.
She'll probably give you a discount on your first ones.
I will, Oh, I see an axolotl. Yeah, there we go.
She does
there
lots.
we go.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I'm bookmarking that. Thank you.
You're welcome. She's one of my favorite artists.
On here. Oh my god.
Yes, all of them. Most of them are, yes. Yeah, because I requested a silver hair because my hair is gray. I'm old.
That's awesome.
Anyway, yeah. So that's all my questions. Chat, if you have any questions for Murp, and be kind or I will ban you. So I'm opening the chat up for nice questions for Murp. I'm so itchy. Oh my god. My skin is so dry. I need lotion.
Oh no.
I need lotion. Do we have any questions? Any questions going once? What's your favorite
type of
pizza?
Something with okay. It's a cursed creation, okay? You ready for this? It's not like a standard pizza. I use barbecue sauce as a base. I put pineapple on it. Now that I eat meat again, I used to be vegan for like 6 years or so, but now that I eat meat again, I put like the Canadian ham or whatever. Basically it's a Hawaiian pizza, but with barbecue sauce as a base and like some extra veggies on it. So like I'll put pineapple and ham on it plus cheese, obviously, and then I don't know. I'm kind of leaning away from bell pepper now because it tends to like take over the flavor, but like mushrooms or something on there, maybe some artichoke hearts. Oh, so good.
That sounds freaking good. I'm gonna have to try that now.
I used to custom order from freaking Papa John's of all places, but recently discovered that Domino's is actually tastier.
Gray wants to know when Metal Gear's coming.
Gray, you are asking me very difficult questions here. That's like months in advance that you're asking me. I don't know. Maybe depending on how Death Stranding and stuff goes, maybe after Death Stranding. So since Death Stranding 2 releases on June 26th, maybe in the fall, maybe?
Okay, Zero wants to know what hobbies you have besides streaming to de-stress from the pressure of games and engagement.
I'm heavily into working out, which I don't know if that's considered a hobby, kind of, I guess, but I don't know. I consider it just meat suit maintenance. I game in my own time. I'm a Genshin Impact addict, and it's like the game that I play off stream at all times, and I absolutely love it. And so that's my like game to just play for me. What else do I do? I have plants. I have a lot of plants, and I love plants. So
I got my first house plant. I got a succulent. Her name's Momo.
Ooh, nice. Don't water it too much.
No. I named all of my plants, and all the ones I have they died. And I was like, great, Momo will live. I will be nice to Momo. I have a black thumb for some reason. Every plant I have died, even cactuses. It's like, why do I kill everything? okay. But yeah, I'm gonna try again because I want to have plants because plants are supposed to help the vibe in your house.
If you need help with some like easier plants and like plant care, I got you. It's taken. I kill a lot of plants. I am gonna be very honest. I kill a lot of plants and I save a lot of plants. It's really weird and it's super random how it sometimes happens. Like I managed to kill some of the unkillable plants. Like it's wild. But then I save some of the exotic ones and it's like, what? How does that work exactly? But yeah, I do plant care. What? I'm trying to think, like I really don't do a lot of fun stuff. I'm just an adult, man. I read some, but again, reading is tough because like time and stuff. And then yeah, pets. I have sugar gliders and I have a tarantula, and I also have 2 snakes, but they're currently living elsewhere. I have so yeah, it's 3 sugar gliders, tarantula, rosehair tarantula, and then
and she snowboards. Oh, snowboarding.
The recently found obsession is snowboarding. I tried it for the first time. I taught myself and like I didn't even look up a video on like tips how to snowboard. I was like, nah, man, I'm just putting this on and I'm winging it. And I did, and it was amazing, and I had a really good time with it. And now I'm just plotting when will be the next time I have a chance to actually go and do it, because I keep living in places with no fucking snow, man.
I have no dexterity for that stuff. I trip over my own feet.
Oh my god, Donna, you met someone else with sugar gliders? That's awesome. Also, well, Lizzie, you can't trip over your own feet if your feet are on a board. So
somehow I would hurt myself.
Somehow
I would hurt myself. Okay, that's like cooking is terrifying to me because I'm a horrible cook. So that kind of physical activity would probably just kill me.
Fair. I dislike cooking. I do just out of necessity. If I could not do it, I would. Yeah.
Okay, so we have your favorite pew pew, which is favorite shooter.
I don't. Oh, no. This is more controversial. This is talking about actual firearms.
Oh, you pew pew. You real pew pew.
I don't like first-person shooters. I am a terrible first-person shooter player. My accuracy, if it's 30%, that's hella good. Oh my god, I'm killing it. Normally it's like 12 to 15. In real life though, bruh, I'm like actually really good. And I'm like, how does that even work? That makes no sense. But yeah, no, I've recently been practicing and it's been pretty
sweet.
Pretty cool.
See, that's adventurous. That's pretty cool. You're ready for the apocalypse. It's like,
that's
hey, do you know how to shoot a
motivation.
gun? I've shot a gun before, but it's like the casing went between my boobs and burned my boobs, and it wasn't a great experience.
My God. Yeah, you gotta wear something with like tight neck.
It just went straight down my shirt. I'm like, hot, and I was running around.
Yeah, you gotta wear stuff that covers you. I'm a big like open toe shoe wearer, and I can't do that whenever I go shooting because it will go in your shoes and you will regret it.
Yeah. Any other questions that I missed in here? Gray wants to know how your vacation went.
Vacation, I think you're referring to the one where I taught myself snowboarding. It was great. It was fantastic. Again, I met my Twitch best friend. I tried snowboarding. I did not throw my back out worse than it already was thrown out snowboarding, which is huge. And played in the snow, which I don't get to experience very often. I haven't seen as much snow as we saw in Minnesota in over a decade at this point, because like I'm from Belarus originally, and like snowy winters and very cold winters were normal, but I haven't been back there in the winter in forever, ever actually, since I moved. And yeah, it was really nice. I'm like, fuck, I miss the snow.
Where's my snow? All right, so I have a question for you personally. Have you ever considered doing a podcast?
Yes. And Poppy is the person who's like, oh, you would be pretty good at it. But my struggle is like, it requires a lot of preparation, and I don't know how to like approach any of it. Like just looking at it, it feels too overwhelming. Even though I love running my mouth and it probably would be great, like I don't even know where to start.
I mean, basically it's just sitting down and having an overlay and just talking about shit. That's all it is. and finding, if you're going to have guests, just finding their time and your time that matches. That's it. That's all we do. That's it. Seriously.
Yeah, but like you need, I don't know. I feel like a podcast, you need to like to have some kind of like, I don't know, idea behind it. And like if I did something, it'd be like mental health, but that's like a lot. And I don't know. I don't know who to conscript or what to talk about, even though I talk about it all the time. And so I'm just a little chicken, really, when it comes to it. And eventually,
just think about it. I think you'd be absolutely amazing because you have a lot of good points of views and you can help out a lot of people. That's all I'm saying. Future ideas.
Yeah,
that's
eventually. All. This might be like put a pin in it for like, you know, a year or two from now or something.
I know it's a scary dragon to attack, but it's actually really fun. It's actually really fun, especially when you get it really, really into it. Like our podcast, for instance, is way over time limit. And I do this to myself, but especially with people who like to talk a lot, I'll just go over. It's like, fuck, these people have other things to be doing on a Saturday, and I apologize, but you know.
I'm a real yapper. Sorry.
No,
but
it's
hey,
not
that's
you. It's not you. We vibe. See, when you get on that vibe train with somebody, you just go and go and go and go and go. It doesn't feel like work.
Podcast we completed on time, so this is just making up for that time, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Gray too. Gray needs to do a podcast because he just vomits
Gray,
words.
maybe we'll just co-podcast.
There you go.
Well, no, yours is probably going to be about 40K, so never mind. I can't do that.
40K is heavy, especially if you don't know anything about it. So it's like, okay, I'll just hang out and say yeah occasionally. But yeah, that's something to consider in the future, Miss Brooke. So you can do all kinds of fun topics.
Indeed.
All right, well, that's all of my questions, and that's all of their questions. So I guess we should end this so you can continue on with your day and get some freaking coffee. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your face.
Thank you for having me. This is awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Don't lie to me.
What do you mean? I will yell at you, I swear.
No, seriously. I've wanted to have you on for a long, long time, and then I moved and put a wrench in all of my podcasts and screwed everything up. But now, finally, you are back where you're supposed to be, and we have this wonderful podcast, and I can put it out there with the rest of my beautiful people. So I do appreciate you coming out and talking. Guys, their link is right there at the top. Go follow them today. Their content is amazing. So go do it now. It's like a 3-tiered cake. Go click on it. I'll wait.
It was an honor to be invited. Like you interview awesome people and it's always a good time. And I mean, you know, I found several streamers through your podcasts and things, like Montana. In fact, I showed up to Montana's yesterday and her schedule is like too early for me right now, and I'm not really able to stop by a lot, but she was streaming a little later yesterday, and I was like, hey, you know, I can actually hang out. No, that was the day before yesterday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And she was like, oh my God, I saw that you're doing a podcast with Lizzie. And I'm like, yeah. And that's you interviewing Montana is how I found her. And so it's like, it's cool. I like it.
I love Montana. Montana's amazing. I'm glad that she's progressed to where she's at. She moved up fast and she earned every second. So but anyway, if you need to go and do things, feel free to hop off. I'm not going to hold you hostage anymore. But thank you so much. I will let you know as soon as I have this edited, and I'll plop it up on my YouTube so everybody can enjoy.
Sounds good.
Okay,
my darling. You have an amazing day.
You too.
Thank you for everything. You're wonderful.
You have a good day. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Love your face. Bye bye. All right, guys. That was an amazing podcast. We are over time, of course, and that's always a good sign. So, how you doing? No, I'm just kidding. So next on the podcast, I am talking to Monster the Mash. Monster the Mash is an incredibly fast speedrunner that I have been trying to get on my podcast for a while, but time, unfortunately, is always off. And I also want to get Johnny Beard on the podcast. And there's a couple other people I have on the roster. And we're going to have Fricka Fricky back on our podcast because the last podcast we had for poor Fricka got fucked up by my evil computer. So we'll have to have them back on there. So anyway, thank you guys all so much for coming and enjoying this. Make sure you go and give Murp some love over on her channel, because they are 100% worth it. All right.